Saturday Social is powered by FIFA 22 with PlayStation.
It was a big game in about 2 hours, actually.
I know, yeah.
Manchester United versus Manchester City. Huge match for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Huge for Cristiano Ronaldo as well. Sharky, you've got some quite controversial views, I would say, on Cristiano. Not controversial, but, you know, different to what some people would say about Ronaldo.
Okay, so I said this went out of context. I obviously have a podcast and I spoke about Ronaldo, the signing of Ronaldo. But everyone thinks I'm saying Ronaldo's the problem. He's not. Ronaldo's out of this world. We know he is. We've seen the goal he scored, like ridiculous. He's not scored a single goal from a winning position. So he's always saved you guys. But what I was trying to say was that the signing of Ronaldo, I don't think was in Ole's plans. Obviously, because it came out of nowhere. Man City wanted him, so United obviously had to get him, and you just have to get him if Ronaldo's available. But what I was trying to say was, for the plans, so obviously sign Sancho, you sign so many players, it kind of affects the team as a whole. And Ronaldo saving you has kind of like covered all up, all papered over the cracks. But I don't think it's going to keep happening every single game.
So do you think United would have been better if they hadn't signed him?
In the long term, right now, no, because you guys have got some results because of Ronaldo. But like by the end of the season, it will balance out. There's going to be games where you can't save.
They would be better off in the long term, not
in the long term. Yes. I think so.
Okay.
Because you've signed people like Sancho and people like that. You've got so many wingers and they're not playing.
I mean, what do you think? I mean, Ronaldo, it's worth pointing out, has scored 45% of Man United's goals since he signed. Then he scored a lot of great goals as well. Where do you think United would be without Ronaldo? And do you agree with what Sharky's saying?
Yeah, I actually totally agree with
Thank you
with
so
Sharky
much.
on that.
Please,
I think
thank you.
Wow.
In the present,
Yeah.
amazing signing, you know. And I think that, you know, the agreement with City for Ronaldo to go there was probably further down the line than United fans think or want to believe it actually was. And I totally get why I totally get why you came back and you wanted to get him. I totally get that. But I do agree with Sharky that in the long term, I think that it does hinder the likes of Mason Greenwood, the likes of Jadon Sancho, obviously, who's come in and hasn't hit the ground running at all. Things do take time. But I think that with those type of players, you already had Cavani, who was, you know, kind of that leading man. I think that we'll probably see him play more as well because of Ronaldo at the cost of someone like a Greenwood or a Lingard, who's also stayed. Probably should have tried to push that move through to go to West Ham because he did so well there. And I just think that he's great to come on for United, but for his career, do you want to just have 10, 15 minutes here and there? For him, he should have gone. Do
you think that's a big issue for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer then, keeping a lot of these players? You said you've got a lot of players there, you've listed some of them playing in similar positions, keeping all of them happy.
So many forward players. It is tough. They have to keep them all happy, like I said. And because it's Ronaldo, if he's saying, boss, I'm ready to play, he's going to play. Like, you're not going to...
But this happens at the best clubs in the world. Like Man City is stocked full of wingers and forwards, and Raheem Sterling can't get a game, and then Riyadh can't get a game. So I think it's just about managerial balancing and changing it. I mean, talking to managers, Pep Guardiola, another slightly controversial one you were saying off air. I don't know if you want to say it now, Sharky.
I'll say, I think, this is, no one's seen this yet, but I'm trying to look behind the curtains. I think secretly Pep might have lost the dressing room.
Why such a big claim?
I think look at Sterling's not playing, and Sterling was one of the best players in Europe, in the world, for a long time, and he's not playing, and he's such a big character in the changing room.
But they're still getting huge results.
That's why no one's noticing, because they're winning.
A big claim. Explain your reasons why you think that is the case.
I just think it doesn't look the same. Like even right now, they've lost a few games already. I think at this point in the season, usually they're flying. They've already lost.
But a couple of seasons ago, was it last season? They started the season very slowly, didn't they? They were, I think, around mid-table at Christmas, and then they just put together an unbeatable run.
I think Pep's like a very obviously he thinks a lot. Even in the Champions League final, you can see he maybe overthought that game too much by not playing any defensive midfielders for the first time in the whole season. Wow. And I just think maybe I think he expects a lot from the players, and I think it's kind of like it's going to affect them negatively. I think that Champions League that he hasn't got, I think is starting to get to Pep, and he's starting to turn crazy.
Wow. Big game, of course, for Ollie as well.
Predictions?
Big game for Pep. Predictions, how do you see it going quickly, Abby?
I think that's a 2-0 Manchester City. I'm so sorry. I do, unfortunately. I think the 3-5-2, it's nice in theory, but Spurs didn't test United at all. No shots on goal, and then Atalanta, as soon as you press them, you crumble. So.
Sharky, quickly, score prediction, mate.
Playing City after they lost to Palace is going to be a tough game, so I think City win this game 3-0. 3-1. 3-1.
Wow. 3-0 would be a problem.
3-1. Ronaldo will score.
I believe.
3-1.
1-1. No, 1-0 United. 1-0 United. 1-0 United.